matchup. Cleveland Browns taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Tonight, from Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, it's a special prime-time edition of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Ben Roethlisberger and the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Baker Mayfield and the Cleveland Browns.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, and Heinz Field. And this was the scene just a few moments ago as the Pittsburgh faithful were fired up by the hometown Steelers taking the field. They're all set as they'll match up with the Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland get the ball now. They get it out to Pittsburgh get it out to
There we go from Heinz Field as Chris Boswell tees it up and boots it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here's the Cleveland offense, and here's Baker Mayfield, former Heisman Trophy winner, ready to go at quarterback.
It was so interesting in the run-up to the draft to talk with different scouts. I got one to tell me that in his notes he wrote down, Mayfield, brash, happy-go-lucky, plays the same way, barely restrained improv act that frustrates opponents and sometimes his own coaches, but produces plenty of highlights. What do you think of that?
First carry now for Nick Chubb. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy 1st down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
At the 42-yard line.
Mayfield now. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. The sack by T.J. Watt, or as his mother Connie calls him, Trent Jordan Watt.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Now Mayfield. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Boswell now for the extra point. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Now Donovan Peoples-Jones. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Donovan Peoples-Jones on the return. The Browns take over first.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense.
Come on, Baker. Make something happen. You got to make up for that pick 6.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now 1st and 10 at their own 24.
It's a running play up there.
Back to it after the pick 6. Mayfield. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
First down, Browns.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield, and it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. 7 yards, the pickup there. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Mayfield now from the 50 and finding the tight end Hooper. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 39. Mayfield finding Hooper there for a Cleveland first.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target, and he didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
They'll run for the first time with Kareem Hunt. Stephon Tuitt, the one that got him down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 5 now. Mayfield, and bringing it in right side here, Beckham. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Here's Mayfield. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That one from
the hole in the zone. Made sure and that's a good thing to see. Great quality to have, and you absolutely must maintain that as a quarterback. But I have to think that they're probably still on the script that they prepared for this game. Just the second drive. They've worked on these plays all week in practice. Put them to good use on that one.
And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown. Cody Parkey is on now for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. A 10-play drive that time, and it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Here are the Steelers making their way out, and with their longtime starter, Ben Roethlisberger, leading the way.
We talk so often about his physical attributes. Of course, the Big Ben nickname, his ability to take hits in the pocket, his ability to extend plays and get outside of the pocket. But how about this for efficiency? Top 10 in career NFL passer rating. And he's one of the top 5 winningest quarterbacks in NFL history. That's pretty darn good.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. First carry for the 2018 Pro Bowler, James Conner. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Roethlisberger will throw. Open man completes it to Smith-Schuster. That one a first down pickup of 8.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll run with the NC State man. It's Jalen Samuels. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And his throw here's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver that time. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Gets this to his running back. That's Jalen Samuels. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh 1st.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Just need something right here, and the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's a pickup of 12. 2nd play in a row with a 12-yard gain.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field.
And they run the option here on 1st and 10. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
4-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Now Roethlisberger.
Together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run for it with Connor. And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
On 1st down, it's Samuels. And down inside the 15 he goes. It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Now it's Roethlisberger. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. B.J. Goodson with a pick. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
Now Parkey for the extra point. It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And able to get this out to the 25.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play too.
They begin on the ground here with Connor. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Roethlisberger. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. He had no options downfield there and just chucked it out of bounds.
There was no one open. He was in the pocket. Where was the intentional grounding call?
Oh, you wanted the flag.
Of course I did. I'm a defensive guy. You know that. Where was the flag? The officials point out that someone was in the area. He got away with one.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
That's a pretty throw right there. That ball's in the air a long time, but it's right on the money on the right sideline. A really good route. Moving the defenders towards the middle of the field before breaking to the sideline. What a completion there. Big-time arm strength. Very nice route.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. On the counter, it's Connor. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
From midfield now, here's Roethlisberger. This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
Now Roethlisberger getting this one into the hands of Smith-Schuster. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you're throwing so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Oh, why are we doing this?
That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
Blue 30.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Browns 14, Steelers 7.
Blue 30. It's just me and you. It's just me and you. Check, 93's the mic. 93's the mic.
Now Roethlisberger throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Juju Smith-Schuster, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Check, 93's the mic.
Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Back to Smith-Schuster, this time complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
So gain of 9 makes it 3rd and 9.
Check, like 80. Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. Check, 93's the mic. 93.
Ben to throw again. Now Ben hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and I think the Browns got it. They did.
Sheldon Richardson.
Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 42. Mayfield now after the fumble recovery. Oh, incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. His throw incomplete. Austin Hooper, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, it brings me right out of my seat.
They'll run with Chubb. Yeah, the Browns are going to have a 1st and goal as some good running there gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal. When we talk about being on schedule, I think they're on schedule after that run, getting it right down there on the doorstep.
Maybe even a little bit ahead, because now the defense can't dictate with pressure. They're guessing about where you're going to go. I might come right back at them with the same play, the same set, and see if they can stop them.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release. What a stand so far defensively, and now that's going to bring up a 4th and goal. Well, let's see what they do. They're knocking on the door here in the 2nd quarter.
And you know what you look at on your play sheet? Your 2-point conversion plays, because you've drawn up a number of them in today's football. You don't just have 1 or 2 for the game. You have more like 6 or 7. Which one do you like here? Because that's essentially what you're going for right now. That spot of the field, call one of those and go get 6.
17. Steelers 7.
So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
Parkey now following the made field goal to kick this one off. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? And they'll run the option to start the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down. Okay, take us to school here, Charles. On a play like that, pretty successful RPO. What's the quarterback looking at?
Basics. He's looking at the defensive end or the outside linebacker. If that player crashes down to take the running back, quarterback pulls it, runs to the outside end. Some teams, though, will read different players depending on defenses, but basically it's that outside player.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Here's Roethlisberger to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, is intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Cleveland up by 10.
Roethlisberger will hand to Connor. They have the 1st down with that gain of 4 yards.
And we tend to give those running backs that are slashers a lot of credit, but how about guys who are maulers? Because that's what you want in short yardage situations, and we just saw that occur right there, didn't we?
Vertical, downhill running. On 1st down, Samuels. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. To throw here, Roethlisberger. Ebron caught left side. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. JoJo Natson back deep. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
2nd and 5 now. Mayfield over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Mayfield on play action. He's got his man on the crossing route.
Good one.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Play fake. Mayfield. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. T.J. Watt able to drop in that time for his second sack of the evening.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very,
imagine
very
if
fickle
T.J.
man.
and J.J. Watt both played on the same team. Man, that defense would be crazy.
Mayfield in this Browns offense staring at a 3rd and long now after the sack. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he completes it to Hunt.
Not enough.
And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. And incomplete on the deep ball.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Roethlisberger. To the right side to Eric Ebron.
Good deep.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else, and now it's 3rd and 10.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards.
Now, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Ebron with it over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Again, it's Roethlisberger. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-round pick, Kevin Johnson. 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. The mistakes continuing to pile up, and it looked like they were going to be able to eat into that deficit. Instead, now the deficit is even larger.
Yeah, they were on a march with a chance to get back within a score, but now that deficit continues to grow.
Cleveland ain't playing. Let's go. Run it up. Run that scoreboard up.
Now Parkey for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. We get a glance at the Browns defense as they file into position. And a big reason they have the lead right now, as we see on the screen, their 3 turnovers.
And how about the emotion now that the defensive team is generating for the entire team? Creating the turnovers, what they call takeaways, and turning those into points for their team. That's why they have the lead, and that's got to be exciting for those guys on the defensive side of the ball.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett, credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Another try after the first down sack. Roethlisberger, and his throw is incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Check, 93's the mic, 93.
Now Ben on 3rd and long. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. The sack coming from Adrian Claiborne off the edge.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Here's Jordan Berry now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
Jordan Berry to
we remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or two. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. He's got the lead here in the second quarter. He's thrown the touchdown, but also an interception. As a quarterback, does that interception, even though you're playing while your team's got the lead, does that always stick in the back of your mind a little bit?
For the best ones, it just upsets them that they did that because they don't think there should be any blemishes on their record. They think that they're way better than that. So your confidence gets tested a little bit. Being able to go back out there, maybe throw another touchdown, that'll tamp that down in a big way.
Yeah, because he's looked pretty good to this point.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. Past the 20, and he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead? Not so fast. That pick 6 really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
Extra point now by Boswell. It's up and good, so they claw back into it. 24-14 now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. And still plenty of time remaining here in the half, more than a minute. And we'll see if they just want to protect that lead or try to add on to it.
Well, with as much time as is left on the clock, I would imagine it would be the latter. I think they're going to try and add on to it. So what they're going to tell the team is very simply, if you can get out of bounds after making a play downfield, terrific. If you can't, everyone hustle to the line of scrimmage, either run another play or clock it and start over again.
Back to it after the pick 6. Mayfield. Open man is Higgins. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 31-yard line.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. To throw again on second down. Mayfield. And finding the tight end Hooper. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Mayfield. Forced out to his left. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem scrambling for 22 and a first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
First down, Mayfield. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. The kick by Parkey is good, and that will stretch the lead up to 13.
27, Steelers 14.
So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10. At their own
I swear it looked like he failed and got back up. They might as well just take a knee. 1 second left.
No reason to do anything foolish as they'll snap it one more time on 1st down.
They get the ball after half.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much, and welcome everyone to this abridged version of the EA Sports halftime report. We saw a strong first half out of the former Heisman Trophy winner, 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Cleveland need to keep their defense tight.
The Steelers going to get the football first here, trailing on the scoreboard as we are back underway on EA Sports. This will make it into the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Steeler offense now with the football first here to begin the third quarter. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll start the drive with a give to Connor. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Open man, completes it to Smith-Schuster. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Johnson. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Now Roethlisberger and hitting Juju on the slant. And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 37. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 37-yard line. They'll run on 1st down. It's Connor, and he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
32-yard line.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Roethlisberger. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
And he finds McDonald. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. First target, 1st catch, and a 1st down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a 1st down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Roethlisberger to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8. Throwing again, it's Roethlisberger. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Chase Claypool there to make the grab. And the Steelers have now made this a one-score game. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Boswell for the extra point. And the lead will shrink to 6. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with a Pittsburgh touchdown. Steelers 21. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And down he goes just shy of the 25. Now a penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about.
Are you serious? We dominate today.
Well, that holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. But that field position after the return wasn't terrific. It's not a great starting field position as well.
So the hold on special teams backs him up all the way inside the 15 to start. Mayfield on first down. Over the middle to Beckham. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Steelers. And they will finally run him down, but not until he brings this one all the way back down inside the 10-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake at the ball and knock it free.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? First and goal. Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger. His pass caught at the 4. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6. Second and goal.
6-yard pickup brings up second and goal at the Browns' 2-yard line.
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Now they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. Now it's Roethlisberger. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. They'll try and throw for him with Roethlisberger. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Ben Roethlisberger with a touchdown pass to Juju Smith-Schuster. And the Steelers are an extra point away from taking the lead. And there was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Extra point now by Boswell. And with that, his guys take the lead here by a point. So that drive, 4 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Peoples-Jones returning. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st and 10.
Here now, time to discuss Odell Beckham Jr. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well and have it up for other people to have big games as well.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Throwing, Mayfield. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That's good for a Cleveland 1st down, an 11-yard pickup.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a 1st down.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
From the 45 on 2nd down, Mayfield. Oh, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. That one is caught by Hunt. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result,
we'll get in a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Running with Hunt here out of the shotgun. And he'll get this one down to about the 27. Only a yard of the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. From the gun, Mayfield. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Gets this to Kareem Hunt, his running back. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
So maybe just a momentary setback on what's been a great drive so far, but 2nd and 13 here. Mayfield looks to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. And again, it's Mayfield. This will be caught inside the 10. And they're able to corral them right around the 8, and that's short of the first down. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down.
4th and 2 in the NFL, not ordinarily a running down anymore. Usually that ball is moved through the air. They went ahead and gave it to the back, and he ends up picking up the first down. I'm not sure if they fooled him as much as they just did a nice job executing.
Needed 2, and they got 3. The quick slant caught. Yeah, the Browns are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open.
And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Taking it in from a yard out. And once again, the Browns are back in front. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into the game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. This will be caught at about the 5. And he is going to lose yardage here.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
The Steelers ready for their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 right at the 30. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. He did an okay job of absorbing the hit, just couldn't secure the football through the catch.
And he was right there on the spot and forced the incompletion. That's something defenders work on all the time. If you're there, make the contact, but continue to work your way through the receiver so that you can't possess the football and turn it into a catch.
He's going to air one out. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
56, the mic, boys, 56. Check.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And that will be incomplete. Kevin Johnson, former 1st-round pick there defensively.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for Pittsburgh.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards.
And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 44.
He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
To throw, Mayfield. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
12 yards there and a 1st down.
One quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
First down. It's Hunt. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a 1st down again.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. And finding the tight end Hooper. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 16 yards there, 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another 1st down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Here's Mayfield. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield to the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Now, they tried to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
The Browns on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Mayfield with it once more. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. The touchdown pass, Mayfield to Landry. And the Browns add on to their lead.
No lead safe in the new NFL, but this score is really going to give them some needed breathing room.
Now Parkey for the extra point. this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. Taken in at the 3.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Pittsburgh set to take over again on offense. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. Ebron caught left side. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Adrian Claiborne, his 2nd sack of the night.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Mayfield to throw it. He'll get this one underneath to Hunt.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 6 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
The Browns on 3rd down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. And it's complete. Hooper. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Give him 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 41. A run for Nick Chubb. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
I'm sure that that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground. Keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
From the 38, Mayfield over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Landry. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
1st down, Browns.
Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Cameron Hayward getting upfield to make the stop. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Mayfield. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 7 times and could use another right now. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. This from 42 yards out. And Parkey's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
43, Steelers 28.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
Parkey now following the made field goal to kick this one off.
This will be fielded inside the 5.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
the Steelers take over 1st and 10.
And now out come the Steelers. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. He'll set up to throw from the gun. Ebron with it over the middle. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
He was covered by Denzel Ward.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. Completion here to Claypool. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3.
56.
Ben to throw again. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Sheldon Richardson able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
And they're in. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. The Steelers will go. It's Roethlisberger. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Grant Delpit.
Intercepted by the Browns.
Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. For the Browns, good starting field position as they have it 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. Following the interception, Mayfield. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They go play action. Mayfield. And he's got his man. That's Landry. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. But forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
1st down, Cleveland.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And he's able to get this inside the 10 now to the 9. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop. 1:50 left in the football game. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They'll give it to Chubb. And he takes this one in for a Brown score. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now Parkey for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. That time a 6-play drive. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run. Now after the score, it's Parkey on to kick it away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
Now the Steelers offense gets ready to get back onto the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, they need to